What's going on, ladies and gents? You guys already know what time it is. It's your boy, Funkadella Jones, man. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Do that thing. Y'all know I'm always here in this gig community, teaching y'all how to grind. If I'm eating, y'all eat, man, with all the insights, tips, and tricks. Hey, let's get straight to it, man. I got to talk my talk before I go out here, hit the road, and make this money, though. Now, there's two type of gig workers. County gig workers, city gig workers. Two different types. Now I'm gonna give you the pros and cons with both. And I want y'all to determine, first of all, which one are you? You a city worker? You a city gig worker? You a county gig worker? There's pros and cons of doing both. I'm gonna start with the county. Some of the pros of working in the county, of course, first of all, before I get started, let's go ahead and break it down. Let's go ahead and break down the obvious first. Where do most people live? In the city. Where do most people work? In the city. So if you ever do DoorDash and Uber Eats, hell, even Instacart at this point, they like with DoorDash and Uber Eats, they say their peak times is lunch and dinner. Let's take dinner out the equation. Let's look at lunch. From 11 o'clock to 2 p.m., where do you think people are? In the city. So during lunchtime, where do you think where do you think you're probably going to make the most money? In the city. So I'm going to just say that right there. I'm going to throw that out there. Not knocking anybody that does do the county, but I'm going to just let that know right now. Because some of the pros of working in the county, doing gig work, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, all these different things. Number one is it's less stressful. It's less, it's public parking, you can just chill, you can relax. It's less stressful. You ain't gotta worry about parking tickets, you just don't gotta worry about, it's less to worry about working in the counties than it is in the cities. It's less to worry about. So that's number one. So people get a peace of mind working. Most people get a peace of mind working in the county than they do working in the city. Because let's be real, working in the city is like, yeah, it's money there, but you gotta be a different type of beast to deal with the city. And as a person who done both, I see the perks behind the county, but at the same time, there's better perks elsewhere as well. Now, with the whole non-stressful, and two, you gotta think about it. If you work in the county, most people work close to their house. That's where most people work. So when you would think like, oh, I just need a break, oh, I just want to relax for a little bit, most people can go back home. Whereas that like now it depends on where you do it at. Now if you do it close to your house, you can go back home. Now if you on the other side of the county and it's a long drive, you probably ain't gonna go back home. If you're in the city, you damn sure ain't about to drive. You drove through traffic to get to the city, then you drove back home, then you probably gotta drive back. You gonna drive back to the city? Like that's too much work. That's too much driving. But there's also a lot of cons working in the counties as well. Number one, unless you're a night person, unless you're a night owl, less traffic, stuff like that, most of your work is going to be at night. If you work in the counties close to your house or surrounding your house, most of your work is going to be at night. Because the orders during the day, like I've worked in the counties during the daytime, especially during DoorDash and Uber Eats. I can tell you right now, the orders are not going to be that great. You might have a hit or miss type of day, but the orders are not that great. Because I got a friend who does DoorDash as well. She do it on one side of town, I do it on the other. We from two different counties. With her, she would literally get up. She'll probably get up at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. She'll do DoorDash, and then she'll just chill out for the rest of the day. And then she'll come back out during the dinner rush. You know what I'm saying? But she told me one time, she was like, I hate the fact that I have to be out here until 12 midnight doing DoorDash. I'm like, well, when you work in a county, that's what you're going to have to deal with, because you gotta understand this, in the county there's not a lot of money during the daytime. You understand? There's not a lot of money during the daytime because everybody's gone during the daytime. That's what I say. Like, gig work can be kind of hit or miss during the daytime, but there's not a lot of money during the daytime. So your best work will be at night. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people home that's ordering their groceries. So Instacart is probably dead. There's not a lot of food deliveries going, so Uber and DoorDash and stuff is pretty dead. I think the only jobs that you can probably do in the morning is probably like if you do Amazon Flex or something like that. That's pretty much like an all day daytime type of job. But if you come to like food delivery and Instacart and stuff like that, you have to wait until people get home. So think about it like this: most city workers, they're out there 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, but most county workers, their shift starts at, and again, it depends on where you live at too. Because let's be real, some people your shift can start at 5 o'clock if people are getting home that fast. If people gotta commute 35 minutes or an hour back home, you know what I mean, your shift may start at 7. You know what I mean? It just you're basing on what time people get home. Like if you live far from the city, and it's going to take people at least an hour, then I think give or take with traffic. You know, so you're thinking about starting work when? Probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then on top of that too, with county workers, the work typically dies after a certain time. Like people may stop ordering food after 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So now you just be looking like, this is it. And there's no more orders, so guess what? You're going home now. Cause ain't no point in sitting out there burning your gas, especially like now again me, for somebody who worked in the county. Like I said, I worked during the daytime in the county and I'm gutting it out. I'm over there like, yeah, I'm not going home. But again, are the orders great on DoorDash? No. Sometimes they be $5, $4. Might get a $7 or something, but typically the orders are not that great because they're mostly fast food spots. You know, that's because that's all people really ordering during the day. Ain't nobody really ordering, and that's mostly what it is around the county anyway. Most people live close to fast food, so that's mostly what people are ordering. So you gotta think about that. Now, city workers have more opportunities than county workers. However, though, one of the biggest pros of working in the city, of course, is opportunity and money. That's where most of the jobs are at. So if you're trying to apply for a job, where's the first place you're going to apply for a job at? In the city, because that's where the high paying jobs are at, or whatever your city or area makes. But so it's more opportunities in the city. It means more money in the city. Because let's be real, let's say again, you can get out there and do DoorDash at 8 o'clock. Hell, I've started DoorDash at 6 a.m. in DC and still made about $60, $70. I've done Uber Eats in DC at like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. Made like $70, $80. You know what I mean? So like you can get out there because again, it's more opportunity. And also too, you probably look at an app like Instacart. I never did Instacart in the city personally, but who do you probably think needs Instacart more? County workers or city workers? County people or city people? Who needs Instacart more? Because let's be real, a lot of city people don't drive because there's no need to. Most people that work in the city get around by either walking, public transportation, or Uber. That's how most people in the city get around. Most people don't have vehicles in the city because honestly, it's really no purpose. Because in the city, And this is one of the next challenging parts about working in the city is parking. There's not a lot of parking in the city. So that's why a lot of people don't have cars in the city. So think about somebody who gotta get their groceries in the city, right? Instacart, right? In the county, all you gotta do, you drive 10, 15 minutes to the nearest grocery store. Load your car up and go. For somebody in the city who don't drive, how you think they get their groceries? They probably get their groceries delivered, because again, they don't want to have to go to the store, carry all them bags on a train and a bus, or gotta put all those bags in the Uber and stuff like that. They don't want to do all that. So most times they will probably get their groceries delivered to them. It saves them some time. Now, granted, they got paid for it, but that's the perks of doing business now, isn't it? But so parking is one of the biggest issues in the city. I know safety is a big issue in the city a lot as well. Depends on where you at. Some county areas are bad, but you hear a lot of safety issues. Like, you don't want to be in the city at night. A lot of things happen at night. When I do DoorDash and Uber Eats in DC, even though I'm hanging on more of a gentrified side of town, that don't mean anything. So most time I try to wait like 7, about 6 or 7. I'm gone out of DC. I don't be working DC 9, 10 o'clock, midnight. No. But I say this, so like there's pros and cons to doing both. Man, yeah, you go get more opportunities in the city, but the money, you definitely gonna have to work for it. Oh, 100% you're gonna have to work for it, because it's not gonna come easy. And then if you're working in the county, well, actually, there's limited opportunities because you gotta wait. So during the daytime, you're literally sitting there just like, whip, like, oh. So that's why too, like when you ever look at the other gig tubers do it, most gig tubers that do gig work, they do it in the counties close to their home, to their houses, or somewhere nearby their home. So that's why when they come up with these wild theories, they basing it off of being close to their house. Now again, this is why I say too, before I get up out of here, I always say you gotta adjust and you gotta change. Because they'll say wild stuff like, okay, when the weather break, summer slow down and stuff like that. No, because you gotta think, they work in the counties. In the summertime, where do most people are probably gone on vacation and stuff like that. So your opportunities keep getting smaller in the county, because you have to keep depending on different circumstances in the county. Whereas in the city, there's always going to be a lot of opportunity, because again, you got what, 600,000-700,000 people that live there. So there's more opportunity. Whereas that, like, if you live in your town, your town in the county where it's only like what, 40,000 people. So put it like this. Let's I'm not a mathematician now, but let's do this, right? 40,000 people. Out of those 40,000 people, half of them people probably go work in the city, because that's where all the money is. So you slice that in half. So you probably only working with like what? Out of 40, you probably working with like maybe 18, 19,000 people left. And out of the 18, 19,000, how many people are ordering food or ordering groceries? You never know. So, like, which one are you? You guys can comment below. You guys can let me know. Are you a city gig worker? Are you a county gig worker? And let me know why you choose which one you choose. But it's your boy Funkadelic signing out. I gotta get ready to go. I gotta go make some money. I'm gone. You dig?